everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo, and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, and whatever you celebrate this week, I'm wishing you just wonderful thoughts and feelings and good joy. So thank you for joining me with the Weekly Wake Up. So as you know, what we do here is we slow down, we bring our focus into our heart, and we're open to receiving whatever guidance God, the universe, your angels, whatever it is that you believe, that higher power, yourself, you're connecting with, to be able to help you, guide you in your week, and to be able to take advantage of opportunities and to be able to seize the day, so to speak. So let's go ahead and practice going into the heart and doing the grounding exercises. And by grounding, we're letting go of everything that we think we know is going to happen for us this week, so that we can be open to really receiving the truth, so that we can take better advantage of it. So bring the focus inward. If it helps to place your hand on your heart, do that. And after you bring your focus into the heart, you let go of a big cleansing breath. Just letting go of the excitement, the anticipation, whatever the energy is for you in the moment. And then we're going to use our imagination and use that white light following all the way down our feet, down to the center of the earth, and drop an anchor. We exhale, and then we inhale that white light all the way back up our body, up to the crown of our head. And then we hold it for a count of 3, and then exhale the white light all the way back down our body, down to the center of the earth. And then we inhale again. 3 times we cycle that. And each time we cycle, we let go, relax further into our body. And at the end of the 3 breaths, you're going to notice a shift. You're going to notice that either you feel calmer, some of you may feel lighter, some of you may feel more grounded or heavy in the buttocks or the legs. So everybody's a little bit different, but you will absolutely feel more relaxed. So after we do that, then we'll just open to a conversation, and from there I just want you to listen, follow along, notice what stands out for you, notice if anything additional comes into your mind or pops into your mind. This is how intuition works. It just kind of shows up. You're not thinking about it, it just appears. So let's go ahead and play with the energy this week. So go into the heart, and let's do those 3 cleansing breaths. Okay, so there's the obvious energy of the excitement of the day. There's also, with comes the excitement, there comes the intense family dynamics that sometimes can be too much and lead us to become a little more agitated or irritated. So you want to be able to notice if you're getting to that edge within yourself. Slow down. Take a breath. There's no hurry. Can you guys feel it? That tightness in the chest, that pressure to get things done, the pressure to have things perfect. You just want to release that. And the way you can release it is by becoming present. So that means we just notice what's going on in our body. We notice, wow, I'm rushing. We notice, wow, I'm out of breath. Wow, we notice there's tension in my body. Bring your focus to it. You can let go. And sometimes it's not even about you, but you notice the people that you love are tense, or you notice they're rushing around. And then that gives you anxiety, or it makes you anxious, right? Because especially if you're empathic, you're picking up other people's energy. So you release. And for some of you, you may have felt like it's like a little bit like letting air out of a balloon, and you sink more into your being. You just kind of feel a little heavier in the body. So a lot of times the anxiety that you get this year isn't yours. It's just kind of in the ethers. Now, for some of you, you may have noticed suddenly this kind of energy creeping across the back, a tension across the back. It's another way that some people hold energy, kind of like forcing themselves to do things they don't want to do, to keep their chin up, to make an appearance, or they may be afraid. Maybe you're meeting somebody new. Maybe you're dating somebody, and you're going to the first time to their family, and it's a little scary. Or maybe you're going away for the first time with your partner, and it's like, are we going to get along? All these first time things. So just relax, whatever it is for you, okay? Maybe you're about to get engaged, right? There's a lot of new energy. And of course, we've got the beautiful holiday of Christmas and of Hanukkah. And we also have an astrology connection here this week with a big eclipse in the sign of Capricorn on Christmas Day, the 25th and the 26th, if you're in Europe. And that energy is intense, but it's a joyful intense, and it's new beginnings, sudden new beginnings. And these are positive things that are coming in. And if you want my full kind of report on that, go to my Intuitive Astrology Star Signs on my YouTube channel, and you can find it there. And look under your sign, look under your rising sign, and that'll inform you for the month. And it'll give you just more insight and information to pay attention to. But this is really where I want you to cultivate your own ability, your connection with yourself and with spirit, and to be able to take advantage of it and then be present, because when you're present, all the information is here. It's all lined up for you. And that's why some of you automatically are really good at intuition, because you're what I call the divine knower. You just know what to do and you know how to maneuver, right? But sometimes we're not as good as others. That's because we're not being present. We're in our head, or we're calculating. So using the breath backs you down into the body, or gets you back into the body, whichever way feels more natural to you. So let's go into the week a little bit further, and let's see what else is in store for us. So for some of you, there's, Christmas Eve is not even, well, let's see, Tuesday night, I guess it's Christmas Eve. So they're showing me some more excitement, some more energy coming in Christmas Eve, the excitement with that, and the opportunity to really feel love and really feel happiness. For some of you, my throat's closing, it brings up tenderness, right? Like their first time without a loved one. Maybe you're not with your family this year, or you don't have your family together, and that's bringing up some sadness. So just know that this is all part of life and the cycle of life, right? Because as we mature, as we grow older, our family tree grows and branches out, and you have children, and they get married, and they have their children, and so it's the cycle of life. So part of our job is to feel the feelings, not avoid the feelings, but feel the feelings. Allow yourself to feel them and move through them and celebrate them. Like, just own it. And as you own it, it will move through your body, and you'll find the joy in it. There's even joy in the sorrow, right? So it is an opportunity for us to really feel and be and experience this gratitude of being human, and of this beautiful world we get to play in and with each other. So there's that energy of the duality that's happening this week, and you'll really notice it coming in on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, they're showing me just this big heart energy, bright light, and of course that's the eclipse day. And it also happens to be Christmas, and of course Hanukkah is right there too. So you've got all this energy on the 25th that's just like, wow, and the 26th, right? And the eclipses continue to work, as does Hanukkah, as does Christmas. It fills the entire year, and Hanukkah and the eclipse specifically for the next 6 months, but most intense the next 30 days. So as we let go of all this energy, it's also a really creative time. A lot of you may find yourself writing. You may be assembling things in terms of your mind, your imagination, what you want to do. Some of you may be filled suddenly with a lot of excitement and a lot of energy, new ideas coming in. So really, especially the latter part of the week, just this great big energy coming in. A lot of healing for a lot of people as well. So lots of opportunities to be seen by other people and to have your immediate needs manifested. So for some of you, there's always trials, right? And so some of you are dealing with health issues. There could be, I see like immediately like the right help being there at the right time. So don't hold yourself back. In other words, like, oh, I'm invited to go so-and-so's house, but I'm afraid to go. What if this happens or that happens? I better not. I want you to feel a little bit more into it and trust yourself, and trust that, that you know what to do for yourself, and that you're bringing the appropriate things with you, and to trust the environment, make phone calls ahead and to see what's there. But there really is an opportunity for you to be able to receive healing this week, and not to isolate yourself because of an illness. And so I just want you to feel into that for those of you that are dealing with sickness, and to be able to um, know that there's an opportunity for you not to be alone, okay, and for you to be healed as well. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. Okay, a lot of you are going to be meeting people that are going to be big influencers in your life, and you don't know it yet. You don't know how. Um, for some of you, it could be a soulmate connection, lifelong partner. For some of you, it can just be not just be, but somebody who's going to take your business or your career to the next level. Some of you, it's newfound heart relationships in terms of just like, couple and couple, like, you and your partner meet, another couple that really get you and see you. But there's just this real, and also, of course, the obvious, the coming home, the connecting with people that you love, that you care about. But there's also surprises, like either surprise visits from people you already know, or just surprises in that you go to a party or you go to an event and like, wow, I had no idea, right? Like I just didn't know it would look like this. I didn't realize the depth of the connections. And so especially over the weekend, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's such a deepening with connections and with community. Big, big, big community energy here. Now, for some of you, there may be a tweaking that's happening with your energy during this energy. You may get weird body sensations. You may get, and it's an alignment. So for those of you that are super sensitive, you may notice some, all of a sudden, like just ringing in the ear, or you may notice like an adjustment happening, or you may notice vertigo for a day. A lot of times when energy comes in, we are energetic beings, and if you're really sensitive, you can be sensitive to that energy. Don't be alarmed by it. Just give yourself some time to let it assimilate with you. And you can always ask questions. You can always ask, is this good for me? What's happening for me? Or is this like a legitimate concern, or I'm coming down with a cold or something, right? So you always just want to ask, but not be afraid to trust the intuition, and to know that there are so many things that we cannot explain that are happening to us every day, all the time, right? And I used to have, a lot of you know that I was raised Catholic, and I had this amazing priest, and he was a Monsignor, meaning that he was in the priesthood for over 50 years. And he used to call me and categorize me under the mysteries of God. Like, he told me that I was fine, there was nothing wrong with me, and that I was a gift from God. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, but for those of you that are listening that are concerned about yourselves, there's this I knew that intuitively, but having somebody else around me share their point of view from me, from their, in this case, from his religious point of view, really gave a lot of peace to people around me. So some of you may need, not for you, but affirmations for people around you, right? So the point being, at the end of the day, you want to learn to trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, talk to somebody who's open-minded, who can feel their ways into it. And if they don't have an explanation, but they see that everything is fine here, they can, like Monsignor Petty did for me, say, she's under the mysteries of God. We can't understand it. We don't know it. But at the same time, it's safe. You're fine, right? And a lot of times, a lot of us just need that reassurance that we're safe. We're okay. Everything's okay. Even if there's no answers, right? You just have to kind of sit with it, be with it. So this is the kind of energy that kind of lifts you up, opens spiritual doors, awakens you, sudden changes, sudden new beginnings. So for some of you, you may suddenly have a spiritual opening that wasn't there before, and that can be scary. In fact, it's so funny that I'm talking about this, because literally before I did this, I just had a client text me who spontaneously started receiving downloads. And they're a little freaked out, but they're going to be fine. So it's learning how to control that information, learning how to, when spirit comes into your life, how to manage it, how to ground it. So a lot of these openings are available for us. If you want it, pray for it, ask for it, ask to be closer to God, ask to be closer to your higher self. Whatever your belief is, use the language that supports you and that connects you with that connection, that higher power inside of yourself. And just know that you have the free will, you've got the resources and the power, that nothing else can take you over. That your voice, your words are stronger than anything else. So you always have that connection with God, with your spirit, with your higher self, to push out or eliminate any attachments or any negativity that is unwanted. So that's part of our understanding about ourselves, is that we have the power to release those things, and we have the power to invite them in, right? So this is an opportunity. Clearly there's a spiritual awakening for us this week that has me talking about this, that connection to be able to fill yourself up for the entire year. And I'm talking about 2020, right? Because these are life shifts that are happening for people this week and in the next months ahead. New beginnings. This is a really exciting time for the world. This energy that's coming in is powerful, it's good, and it's aligning us with our true self, with our true nature, and with our true path. So, wow, lots of gifts coming in this week, guys. This is really exciting energy. Can you feel it? It's like it's almost like it's rolling in from the future, right? But I feel it coming up my legs. And for some of you, it may feel cool, like a cool energy coming in. And then for some, I can feel where it's like, I'm a little afraid. What is this? And it's in your chest, in your throat. And I know it's weird when you start to feel and you've never felt before. Trust me, I've been through all this. I remember as a kid feeling things all the time. It terrified me. I didn't know what it was, right? There's nobody around and I feel something touching me, touching my hand, touching my neck. Weird. It's scary until you realize that it's not, until you realize that everything is energy and everything is, you can be in this room and your partner can be thinking about you in the other room, and you spontaneously walk in and they're like, oh, I was just thinking about you. I wanted to ask you something, right? We're always connected. So there's nothing to be afraid of. For those of you that are a little nervous about this conversation, don't be. You're fine, you're good, and you're safe. So just know that you have that capacity to feel things, and whether you want to or not. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else for us coming in this week that we need to be aware of. Yes, so as much as there is a spiritual opening, what's amazing about this energy is it is grounding in the physical. So meaning we can manifest much faster things that we want, things that we desire. And part of that comes from just all this influx of energy and our ability to co-create with it, but also the energy of that Capricorn energy, which is the eclipse energy. Capricorns are manifestors, they're builders, they create structure. So great time for you guys to be working on the structure of how you want next year to look for yourself, whether it's a calendar, whether it's your time, whether it's, is the time to hire a nanny, let go of a teacher, find a new gym, how do you want to structure your time? All of this energy is going to help you really build a life next year that is enjoyable and fun and all the things that you want to be able to be creative as well as being able to be successful. This energy is going to help you manifest it and root it. So don't be surprised if you see yourself manifesting really quickly this week. Like thinking of something and boom, there it is on sale. It's like, wow, that never goes on sale and I got it. Or even better, somebody gifting it to you, right? Or a job showing up for you that is so easy, it just works perfectly in your schedule. So these are the type of quick manifestations and opportunities that you're going to start to see beginning the end of this week. So, wow, really exciting time, you guys. You're going to see how fast your thinking mind, what you create, and how it lands in your physical world. So I challenge you to play with that, to start to think of things that you want that are valuable to you, that will help you, and then let go of it, because part of manifesting is by saying what you want and then letting it go, having no attachment to it, right? And in the meantime of having no attachment to it, you're going to kind of figure out the structure of how to make it happen and then let that go, right? So there's all these different ways in which we can generate and create what we want in our life. And we have all the energy this week to support us. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. There's so much here to talk about that I could talk for hours, so I'm going to stop right there. But just know that these are new beginnings, new times. And I know a lot of you are like, thank God I'm saying goodbye to 2019. But you always want to remember the richness at which life has served you and all the lessons that it has gifted you. And then, of course, the joy, the sense of satisfaction, that's easy to recall. But make time to do it. Make time to reminisce, to feel those feelings of joy and the satisfaction as you close out this year. And remember to acknowledge yourself for getting yourself through it and getting yourself here. And may next year be even a bigger blessing and rewarding and fulfilling for you. All right, you guys, Merry Christmas, and I will see you. Happy New Year, and I think I will talk to you before next year again, so there's that. So have a wonderful week, everybody. Lots of love.